Hello YouTube. So, Xiangling has been known as one of the best characters in Genshin Impact and has been a staple in many modern teams. But why is she known like this, and is her damage really that good? This is what I aim to find out today. Today I'll be doing a few things. First I'll show you my Xiangling's build, then I'll show you her solo damage output, then I'll compare two different teams with her being the main DPS and her being the enabler for a reverse melt to see which team is better, and finally I'll show a comparison of Xiangling to another very popular Genshin Impact team to see if she is truly the best pyro DPS. First, let's look at my Xiangling's build. I have been farming Emblem since the domain has released, so my Xiangling has pretty well investment. She has 60 crit rate and 125 crit damage with 207 energy recharge and 133 elemental mastery by base. She is using the catch at R1 and level 90. She is using the 4-piece emblem of Severed Fate and is also at Constellation 3. Keep in mind that Constellation 4 is her best constellation, and I've been trying to get this for like a year, but I've never actually gotten this, so kind of unlucky. Now that we've gotten the build out of the way, I would like to get a few other things out of the way, which is a small disclaimer. First of all, Xiangling is an off-field damage dealer, so all of these showcases will be her own off-field damage and will not be her own on-field damage with, say, a Bennett C6. And it will also focus on her pyro Nitto damage, and yeah, I think that's about it. First, let's test out Xiangling's own personal off-field damage against our favorite lettuce, the Cryo Regisfile. Even though Xiangling's basic attacks were basically poking the Regisvine, and Guoba was not doing the most amount of damage by himself, Xiangling's Pyronita was able to carry her and easily one-cycle the Cryo Regisvine. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's have a team showcase of Xiangling with a reverse melt team and Xiangling as the carry against each other. For the carry team, I'll be using International with Child and Sucrose, and for the reverse melt team, I'll be using Ganyu with also Sucrose. Both of the on-fielders for these teams are practically equally invested, with my Child's talents and levels being higher, while my Ganyu's artifacts are pretty significantly better. First, let's compare these teams' damage against each other, against our favorite Primogio Bishop. This is a very large health overworld boss, and I'll be using their full team, and the only 5 stars in these teams will, as I said before, be their on-fielders, which is Child or Ganyu for either team. All things considered, my Melt Ganyu team took about twice as long as my Child team did. This is mostly because of my own errors, in all honesty, because I did not swirl Vertus and Veneer properly. Though despite this was my best attempt out of about 10 runs I did for Melt Ganyu, so I just decided to use this, despite its flaws. But all being said, there's not many conclusions that we can draw from this specific fight. So let's take both of these teams to the first part of Abyss 12 against our favorite Perpetual Mechanical Array to see who's faster in that fight. I'm not very used to the patterns of this boss fight, in specific, so my child run has a lot of room to improve, especially because during the falling down stage after I killed the little underdogs of the robot, I did not have any of my bursts up, and because it has decreased resistances at the time, it would have been really nice to have my burst up, which is why my Ganyu team actually pulled ahead in this scenario. As you can see, once my Ganyu gets a good amount of buff from my Sucrose and my Xiangling, her damage is not negligible and is actually very high, and both of these teams were very close to each other in strength. As you can see, both of these Xiangling teams are very viable and are also very comparable to each other. But how does Xiangling compare to another Pyro DPS, Hu Tao, in the Primogeo Rishab showcase? I'll be using the Child showcase, and I'll just be using a standard Hu Tao teams with all 4-star supports. And now this is the result. Before you come at me saying that Hu Tao is using only 4-star supports, so is my Child team. So yeah. So it seems like at free-to-play levels with all 4-star characters, Xiangling is actually one of the better Pyro DPS characters in this game. I would not say that she's actually better than Hu Tao. She was only better than Hu Tao in this specific scenario because of Child's massive nuke and his long field time, which allows him to easily take out the Primogeo Bishop in one rotation. So yeah, the point of this video was just kind of a filler until 3.4 drops. Sadly, I have something a little annoying called school that I have to go to, so my uploads are kind of slowing down. So I do apologize about that, but if you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.